Today's session we have learned about mindset education and how it changed the perception of how we think things. One thing that we have learned when saying on mindset education, we have learned that when you change your perception on how you see things, then the things around you changes for good. We learned about the development of Korea and how Korea has been developed by the mindset education, in where Korea has no grain seed of coffee, but they are largest exporters of coffee around the world. They have shown us also that Korea is have no drop of crude oil, but they are biggest exporter of crude oil around the world. So what we have learned so far is a change of mindset, and how when you change the mindset, you change how things goes. And the other things they have told us is on issue of failure. When someone wants to escape failure, he cannot achieve what we want. When you have a good perception of what you see, the failure becomes the success. That's what we have learned so far. Thank you.
My name is Julian Omiza. I got saved in 2015 when I met Prophet Sultan Eric. When I met him, I had heard the gospel a couple years back, but hadn't really understood or got the revelation until I met him. It was in 2015 in the month of May. I learned from him that Jesus came on earth to die for our sins. Given that the human nature is evil continuously, we needed eternal forgiveness of sins. I am so grateful to God for bringing me, for crossing my paths with the prophet. And these past 3 days, we've had an opportunity to be part of a seminar we were given by Pastor Cole from Good News Mission. It was a seminar about mind education. We learned a lot from it because through this seminar he taught us it's not just enough knowing that you've been forgiven. After receiving eternal forgiveness of sins, we learned that you also have to have a changed mindset. As children of God, as people who have received eternal forgiveness of sins, we don't just live anyhow. We received teachings on different kinds of things where we learned that after having a changed mindset, you can do different things, you can grow, you can develop through having a different mindset from what you had. We learned about different histories of Korea. We learned about different CEOs, different strong men who brought about change in Korea. We learned about the president of Korea that came up with the idea to build highways. It seemed impossible at the time, but he was persistent. He had a good mindset. He thought that this thing was possible, and he started working on it, which made it possible, and everybody else was able to work with him to be able to build these highways. We also learned about a verse that says, whatever you speak to God's ears, he will do. This is a verse that tells us that we have to keep good confessions. We have to keep speaking good things because God's ear is always open. He's always heeding to listen to us. So it was an encouragement and also an awakening for us to keep speaking good things because God's ear is always open. God's ear is always open to what we say, and He's always ready to respond because there's a power in the universe. There's God's power that is always ready to respond to what we speak to God's ears. Also, we learned about facing challenges. We learned about how we have power and energy within us. We shouldn't run away from challenges because these challenges are what helps us grow. Just like as somebody goes to work out his body, the muscles are able to grow because you are stressing on them so much. This is how the heart grows. The challenges that we receive are what makes the heart strong, and you're able to face even bigger and bigger challenges. If you don't accept to encounter a small challenge, you'll not be able to face a bigger challenge. So we learned that having a good mindset will help you face any challenge in this life. You are not supposed to run away from any challenge, but you're supposed to face it. And when you face one challenge, you'll be able to face even bigger challenges, and you'll be able to overcome any kind of problem you encounter in this life. Thank you so much.
My name is Voningoma Christophe. Today I was pleased to learn mind education with Pastor Co. The lecture today was so much of importance to me and in my life, especially when it comes to leadership. Today I learned how a leader, if I lead people with my own heart, for sure I will fail. But if I lead them with the heart of God, for sure I'll be successful in the leadership. One example that has captured my heart, that has changed my thinking, is an example of a worker who started in a company, a bus company, and declared himself as a CEO when he started. Having that heart, having that mind that is a CEO, knowing that a CEO should know all the things that happens in the company, he started, visited his co-workers, he started asking them questions, knowing everyone what he's doing. Later on, 20 years later, he became the CEO. When in his interview, he told them, I was CEO 20 years back. So this has really changed my mind, because I'm also working in a company and my dream is to become a CEO. This man has inspired me. I've been working in a company. I only know about my work. I don't know, many of my colleagues, like 70% of them, I don't know what they are doing. I know only what I'm doing. So this has changed my mind. Now, from today onward, I will start learning what others also are doing, understanding about my company, and this will help me achieve my future, my goal, and my dream. So this mind education for today was really helpful. I think in the future, there will be a difference of who I am today. Thank you very much.